Creating cinematic transitions was always something that I struggled with as a beginner, but in the next 5 minutes I'm going to show you how to do some flawless masking to level up your editing game. To do this transition properly, you're going to need a scene where an element wipes or swipes across the screen, filling the frame entirely at some point, which makes this car chase absolutely perfect. First, we need to scroll to the point where the car is sweeping across the screen and just starts to show the scene behind it again, which is right about here. Then we want to find our second clip and mark our in and out points, and then drag that clip onto the timeline beneath our original clip, lining it up with the point that we found earlier. From here we want to select our original clip on the timeline by clicking on it and then going into the Fusion tab. We can adjust the zoom level on our viewer window by clicking the drop down and selecting a zoom level that allows you to see the corners of the clip, and you'll see why this is important in a minute. We can click on the polygon tool and then go back up to the viewer window, and you can just click on various areas and it will create some masking points for you. Just make sure that you close off that mask. Now you'll notice here that the mask doesn't seem to be doing anything, so even when we invert it, nothing seems to change, and that's because we haven't got it linked back up to our Media 1. So we need to grab that box on the right hand side of the polygon node and then link it up to the Media 1 node. After you do this, you'll see that the mask is now taking effect. So if we click the invert button, you can see it changes which part of the image has been masked. We can now move forward one frame in the sequence and then move those masking points to continue to follow the movement of the car. If you find that the line on that mask is too straight or too defined, then we can soften that by adjusting the slider on the soft edge, which can be found under the Inspector tab. So we continue to move forward one frame at a time in this sequence and continue to adjust the mask points to match the movement of that car. Something that confused me a lot when I was a beginner was that even after following all the tutorials and following all the steps to the letter of the law, when I got to the end, I was still left with some strange artifacts on my video, and I could never really figure out what this was. But luckily, it's a very simple fix. So if this happens, go back in to your Fusion tab, select your polygon node, and then go to the previous frame before the one where you started masking. And then just drag that mask completely off the screen. And once we've done that completely, you'll be left with this. I hope that this helped to level up your editing game. If it did, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and make sure to tell your friends.